Good day, informative. I think there's going to stimulate some fascinating debate. We touched on the Bribery Act and ramifications and the implications of that. Highly subjective area, and it's quite interesting even at this juncture. You know, the one's not still quite sure, the government yet, when that paper's going to be formalised. But I think that the wonderful thing as well, it's been a wonderful awareness of brands, what they do, and how they see CSR and how they implement that strategy within their day-to-day business practices. And obviously, you know, myself speaking on behalf of Kick It Out, our relationship with Ford and how they incorporate CSR as an intrinsic part of their core activities. And I think that's very important, particularly in the current economic climate, because many businesses, I think, see CSR when the market is good and buoyant. It's like kind of a bit of the fat of the land you're giving away. But I think now, in these times of austerity now, you know, I think the real serious sustainable brands, they recognise how CSR is an intricate part of their delivery and giving back to the community. Well, I think, I mean, I can only use the illustration as Ford, because obviously they've been the Kick It Out partners for the best part of 6 years, and it was wonderfully articulated about how they utilise football, sport, to attract a young generation of young people into their organisations, that they coach, that they educate, using football as that powerful hook, isn't it? And once they get them there, you know, and the Kick It Out sort of, they engage with the Kick It Out, they understand about tolerance, they understand about team spirit, they understand about a lot of the social issues that go out there and how you challenge that, like, you know, like racism, where Kieran Dyer particularly, you know, when it was said by the representative that he actually went there and spoke to a lot of youngsters about the problems that he had, the racism, but how he used it to inspire him. So he's going there as a role model, and so you can't tell me that somebody of his magnitude, to have that effect on young people, is going to uplift them, motivate them, and obviously they're going to take that into their lives, into their own lives. So leadership is very important. So I think where Ford are concerned, you know, they understand that CSR is an intricate part of their delivery, and I think that's very important, as opposed to it just being surplus and give that away. No, it's actually ingrained, it's woven into their fabric, into their ethos. And I think once you've got that kind, that's for me the real meaning of CSR, that it actually, the same ethics, they're very ethical, you know, and it's a fixture and fitting part of their business of giving back to the community. I've been involved in the Kick It Out movement for the best part of 18 years now, and if you spoke to me, sort of, not just then look at the issues then and the challenges that they've faced, and having successfully, you know, using education, using the law, consistent implementation of the law, and using professional players as role models, and really going into the roots of communities, you know, and engaging and embracing those issues. And some of them are very, you know, contentious issues and inflammatory issues, but they have to be challenged. So if you would have said to me, you know, some 18 years later, look where the value of the Kick It Out brand, not just nationally, but internationally, in UEFA's corridors, in FIFA's corridors, within the European Parliament, when they talk about issues of race, discrimination, prejudice, inequality, they look at that template and that model of Kick Out and say, this delivers. This is what it does, what it says on the tin, and more. Well, I hope they realise sustainability is very important. And it's not just about CSR because you have excess. It's about CSR, an intricate part of your practices, your customs, and actually recognising the value that you're doing. It's incremental. The most important thing is we've got excellent. It's about having good relationships. You know, we've got good relationships. We're working alongside, for example, the FA on supporting them to deliver equality, diversity. So they're very mindful of the Kick It Out, its modus operandi, what's it about. But these are the next big challenges, as you say: xenophobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism. You know, greater representation for women, greater gender diversity within the structures, within the boardroom. We know that 24% of the players in the game are black, but where is that representation inside the boardrooms? Coaches and managers, there's only 2. So, you know, there's football administration, you know, so there are big challenges ahead. But, you know, I'm sure, you know, the Kick It Out, there's great people like Lord Hoosey, Sam Herman Hoosey, there's an excellent board there, trustees, and if we attack that, which I'm sure, with the same vigour and attitude and application that we dealt with racism in the 80s, I'm sure in 15 years' time we'll hopefully have another conversation, you know, and we're saying, do you remember when we had that conversation, looked at the challenges then, look what's going on now, and I think incrementally we will get there.